This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our loyal fans for your continued support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.
The speed at the end of the straightaway.
We're seeing in our upper left corner of the screen the 14 of Rick Crawford falling way off the pace, and it looks as though our first caution will fly for the day. Caution number 1 coming out on lap 23. And a year ago, there was only one caution at this race, which made it the fastest ever NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series race.
It looks like the caution's for a broken motor in Brandon Witt's truck.
This racetrack has always been a hard racetrack on engines because of the long front straightaway.
Wednesday night at 9 on Speed Channel, an Autorotica special. 5th Gear's greatest cars in the world, from Jaguar to Ferrari and more. Great cars always stand the test of time. Catch 5th Gear's greatest cars in the world Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, 10 p.m. Pacific, exclusively on Speed Channel. The hood is up on the number 14 Ford of Rick Crawford. Unfortunate for him, the crew will work on it right up until the point where they see the pace truck coming by, and they'll make sure that he gets out ahead of them so he doesn't drop a lap. Welcome back to Michigan International Speedway. Trouble on the track. John Wood in the number 50 having some problems.
Looks like he has a broken, there's the 67 truck of David Reagan, the 50 truck of, see all the damage to the right rear corner. He's got a flat right rear tire.
Looked to me like they got into each other, Phil, and they ended up hitting the wall in turn number 4.
It has the rear end housing moved way over on the truck. You see the left rear tire trying to stick out from the left rear quarter panel. So that truck has hit something, either the wall or the 67 truck of David Reagan has moved his rear end housing way over to the left.
May have broken panhard bar in the back there that helps center the rear end and keeps it from moving right and left.
Third caution of the day has come out, and John Wood involved in this one.
You see John Wood, the 50 truck on the inside. He gets loose, almost makes contact with the 75. David Reagan's trying to go by on the outside, runs out of room, makes contact with the outside.
Three flat tires on the 02 of Kelly Sutton. That Team Copaxson 02 makes its way down pit road. That brings out our 5th caution of the day on lap 80. We take a look at what happened.
Turn 2, you see Kelly got loose right in the center of the corner, came right down, barely avoided that red truck right there. It looked like Deborah Renshaw. See if, wow.
Lucky she didn't hit anything.
Yeah, looked like Bill Luster sneaking by on the outside as Kelly was sliding back up the racetrack. But Shane Meal on the outside looking for a way around. Oh, trouble. Jack Sprague, the 16 truck, trouble again.
Unbelievable. Jack talked at the beginning of the race about having problems, and
it's usually the sign of a broken piston right there.
The
starting to smoke
rolling
like that.
out of the 16 truck.
It generally doesn't put oil down on the racetrack.
Just comes out the exhaust pipe. Jack's going to probably have to get down on the flat here. Caution is out. NASCAR feels like they need to take a look at the racetrack and make sure.
Make double sure there's no oil on the track. 9 laps to go at this point.
The 7th caution has come out in Brooklyn, Michigan, at the 2-mile Michigan International Speedway. Ray?
Hey, Rick, Doug Sigmund, the spotter for Travis Kvapil, had just come on the radio and said, listen, man, do not get too big of a lead on these guys, because remember, drafting could come into play here. I guess now that we'll have a restart, that'll change everything, but they were a little bit worried that Travis was getting too far out front.
I mean, we're a lot better on the long run, but the trucks are great. They're fun to work on. These people have been excellent to work with. Here we go.
All right, we'll see how it all shakes out in 7 laps.
John Monson, 5 different drivers. He's taken to victory lane. Travis Kvapil, Mike Skinner, side by side as they go to turn number 1. Mike Skinner on the inside, Kvapil on the outside.
Travis is on the outside. No team orders right here. These guys are racing for themselves. They're not going to dictate who wins this race. They want one of them to win, but they each want to be their own.
The outside truck usually has a little bit more momentum on a restart. We saw that right there. Travis was able to keep his momentum going to keep the lead. This is 6 laps to go. If they have anything at all right now, if they have any moves left, they need to make it.
Chad, remember, that's how Travis took the lead. He went on the outside of Mike Skinner on 2 restarts ago. He was able to take the lead. Now they've got a little bit of a gap over third place Dennis Setzer. Maybe they can decide it amongst themselves. They need to stay in line till we get to 1 or 2 laps to go and see if they can drive away. So if they get side by side, they don't allow Dennis Setzer or Ted Musgrave or Bobby Hamilton to drive up beside him.
Need to be ready for that momentum that may be able to be developed by the guys 3rd through 5th. And right now it looks like they're doing a great job. What a good position to be in. Be comfortable enough to be 1st and 2nd as teammates.
I'll tell you, one gentleman we cannot count out is the #1 of Ted Musgrave. He ran the fastest lap last time by in that #1 Mopar Dodge.
How about 3 wide right here for the 4th position? That's our man John in the inside, Bobby Hamilton in the middle, Dennis Setzer on the outside. 3 wide.
Go across the start-finish line within 1/1000th of a second of each other, all looking ahead to the 24 Linex Toyota of Travis Kvapil.
Whoa! Bobby gets big time loose in the middle right there.
And that usually happens to the car in the middle at that position. The wind gets taken off the left side of the car, and that'll make them loose.
There's Shane Meal in that race, the 15 truck. You know, he was strong.
Well, those guys running 3 wide has allowed the guys behind him to catch up.
And it also allows the guys in front of them to move ahead of him.
That's a good point, and that's exactly what it did.
Travis Kvapil out in front of the #1 of Ted Musgrave. Musgrave has taken over 2nd. 3rd is Mike Skinner now. And they're still 3 wide. And look at Dennis Setzer sliding. 4 wide.
Look at Terry Cook drive by on the outside in the 10 truck. Johnny was able to make the pass. He took over the 4th position. See Terry Cook on the outside. That's Johnny right there. That's the 99. Carl Edwards right there. He's currently being shown in the 5th position.
These are your top 10. We're not talking about 1, 2, or 3. This is top 10 right now racing side by side.
They're pushing each other down the straightaway. They're getting each other sideways. Bobby was sideways. Terry Cook was trying to push him.
That's what you have to do when you're down to 3 or 4 laps to go.
This time by Travis Kvapil. 2 laps of racing to go, and he has put 1 second between himself and Ted Musgrave. Now, Ted Musgrave and Mike Skinner are working together. Skinner tries to make the pass on Musgrave as they work their way through 1 and 2.
A lot of blocking going on here. People trying to keep people behind him. Shane Meal moved up to the racetrack to block the 46 of Dennis Setzer. The biggest lead we've seen almost its entire race right now, Travis Kvapil has over 1 second on Ted Musgrave, as we see David Ruderman make it 3 wide to go by Dennis Setzer and the 12 of Robert Huffman.
History in the making. The white flag flies for Travis Kvapil, last year's champion. No Toyota has ever won in the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series, and a Toyota gets spun around coming out of turn 4. That's David Ruderman in the #17.
Rick, the race is over right now. They already took the white flag before the caution flag came out. They freeze the field. They have to hold their positions. Travis Kvapil has won this race.
The caution flag has not come out. We have a spin in turn #4. That was David Ruderman. No caution has come out. This is the last lap. Travis Kvapil.
No caution
in the Linex Toyota Tundra, coming out of turn #4 to claim another victory in his career. And the caution and checkered flag will fly, and it will be Travis Kvapil, your winner at Michigan International Speedway.
We saw Ted Musgrave pass the 24 before they got to the start-finish line, but the caution was out. Obviously, after I thought the caution was out, David Ruderman was sitting right next to the racetrack there. I felt like the caution was out. It should have been out, but NASCAR waited. They wanted to make sure that they'd already accepted the white flag there, so it was going to be an official race.
Bang Racing teammates, Mike Skinner, Travis Kvapil, 2 of the strongest trucks on the track today, running side by side, congratulating each other. Travis Kvapil just waving to his teammate, and there's team owner Alex Meshkin. Ray?
This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our loyal fans for your continued support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.